The first is the news of this new arcade stick. Let me get display capture pulled up. This new arcade stick by Madcatz. I think there's a picture of it. Here it is. So it's this stick down here in the bottom corner, right? This bottom, whatever corner of the screen that is for you guys. I'm sure you can see that that's a fucking arcade. And this is gonna be called the Madcatz TE3, the successor to the beloved. I could pull it up on there we go. I could pull this up on the internet, but I don't need to because we have a TE2 behind us. This stick is godlike. Okay, this stick is a fucking workhorse. It is made of plastic molds. Got an aluminum panel under here to keep all the buttons actually great. They used to be great, now they suck. Hold on. But there was a few issues with this stick. It was like a workhorse, but it wasn't perfect. Okay, but it was still one of the top of the line fight sticks at the time. Had one of the best PCBs, one of the fastest PCBs, I should say. And it's beloved by most people who, you know, started playing fighting games in the PS4, Xbox One era. It's very for mice. They also made really bad PS2 and GameCube controllers back in the day. But that was a reputation they tried to get away from by starting to make arcade sticks, right? And the TE line was great. The TE Plus, okay, those were good sticks. The Korean version of the TE, I believe it was the TE2 and the TE2 Plus, phenomenal arcade stick. And then they went bankrupt and they were bought by a Chinese company. This is just a little bit of backstory. And since then, they kind of got out of the arcade stick game for a really long time. Until a few years ago, I believe in 2019, they released the Madcatz EGO. The Madcatz EGO arcade stick, right? And this is a rebranded Chinese case of the Game Sir or the Dragon Slay, right? This arcade stick has Sanwa parts in it. The PCB is not great, but it has Sanwa parts, and it's multi-platform. And the way that it is multi-platform is through bridge. And what that means is that you have to plug a controller in for certain consoles specifically, or certain peripherals, to make this device act as that, right? So say I want to make it work on a PS4, I have to plug a PS4 pad in. Or say I want to play on Xbox One, I have to plug an Xbox One pad in and get it to sync. And then this takes over the controls of said controller, right? You kind of understand how that works, right? So this was the last arcade stick they released. I think this was back in 2019. People were very excited for Madcatz to make a return. And this was subpar. Okay, it was serviceable, but it was essentially a glorified Mayflash F500, right? Already have the Sanwa parts, bigger body, replaceable artwork, and Madcatz branding for people who just want to say they have a Madcatz stick, right? Not worth the price tag. I believe this on eBay, on Amazon right now. Let's go to Amazon. I believe this is on Rank Game BRB. I believe this is, yeah, this is $189.99. Normally right now it's $160.77, right? $30 off, $20 off. But it's not really worth the price. It's not a great arcade stick by any stretch of the imagination. I would recommend someone get a Combo Drone or Combo Crystal and just swap out the buttons over getting this if you play on PC and PS4. Okay. But Madcatz has released a new arcade stick, back to the point, called the TE3. And we're gonna read about it and we're gonna see if it's worth getting. I see that there's a touchpad up there, so maybe it's a little better, who knows? Okay. I believe, yeah, finally Madcatz is proud to announce the TE3, the latest model in our celebrated Tournament Edition Fight Stick series. I'm gonna turn the music down a little. I don't want the music to be too loud over me because I don't know if my voice is fully back. Portability and convenience are enhanced on the TE3 with the shoulder strap attachments and convenient in-unit storage. So it's gonna have, if I'm not mistaken, that means it's gonna have the easy open latch. Oops. Workhorse, it doesn't matter if I've dropped this thing like 6 times and it's fine. It's gonna have the easy open latch, like the TE2, right? It's gonna have a hinge system of some kind that opens for in-unit storage. Or maybe it'll have a door and you can shove shit in there. It's probably what I think it is, right? Just like that. And shoulder strap attachments. So it already has this, also has shoulder strap attachments. So once again, they're reiterating on the same things that were so great on the TE2. These two latches right here, that metal hinge right there, or metal bar, there's two. You can attach shoulder straps to those. They Paradise Arcade Shop sells them. This is the only place I've been able to find them. I don't know if Madcatz ever sold them originally, but now Paradise Arcade Shop sells them, and I want to get some. Anyways, let's move on. The classic Sanwa Denshi buttons deliver an authentic arcade experience with the legendary quality and durability of Sanwa components. I won't talk about Sanwa's durability, but I will talk about their legendary quality. They're definitely the top of the line standard tournament button, right? Most arcade sticks and most players who play on arcade stick totally down for just playing on Sanwa, don't switch over to Crowns, Henmitsu, Hori, Gamer Finger, even the Combo Gravities, right? Like Combo Gravity, that's my favorite button, right? But loaded with Sanwa parts, can't do too wrong there, right? Sanwa parts, say you get all Sanwa buttons and a Sanwa joystick, $20 plus $40 or $30. It's like 50 bucks worth of value right there. The TE3 supports multi-platform connectivity. Fuck. Including Xbox, PS4, and PS5 over bridge, and PC. So the first thing that I thought was going to be bad was exactly as I thought it was. This, somewhere on this stick, there is going to be a USB-A. Somewhere on this stick right here is going to be a USB-A port that you plug a little wire into, and you plug your controller in, and it works as a pass-through to emulate the PS4 or the PS5 controller, the Xbox Series X or Xbox One controller. Now, unfortunately, right now, that's the only way that we can get an actual PS5 emulated arcade stick, because we don't have an official PS5 arcade stick that's universally available across the entire world, right? There's the Hori Fighting Stick Alpha, which is a PS5 version of this. This is an Xbox Series X version. There's a PS5 version, but it's only available in Japan, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it's actually sold out. I haven't seen any. I've been on the hunt for one. That's sold out. There's none of those available. So this is the only way to emulate a PS5 controller, because Mayflashes, I believe, don't actually have PS5 compatibility, right? And it has nothing to do with the fact that they don't have the firmware. I think it's that their PCB needs to be updated. So they'd have to make like a Mayflash F700 that'll be able to do the two new generations. If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong, but either way, it looks like a really poor official solution to a PS5 arcades. Now, if it's cheap enough, it doesn't matter, right? If this is like a $120, $130 arcade stick, maybe it's worth it. This is 180 like the Madcatz EGO. If this is 200, along the lines of something like a Combo Obsidian or a Hori Fighting Edge or even the Fighting Stick Alpha, right? If this is $200, this is not worth it. It's not. Let's go back onto the article and see what else it has to say. Includes more macros, 2 turbo modes, a PlayStation touchpad. That's really nice, actually. Share buttons make the TE3 better integrated with consoles for an upgraded arcade experience. For gamers who want to take their fight to the next level, the TE3 delivers a knockout. So the first thing I can tell you is the arcade work. I mean, the arcade stick looks nice. It's got a nice form factor. I like the form factor. This arcade stick kind of reminds me of like the Razer Panthera, the TE2, and the Hori Fighting Stick Alpha. Like, it looks like it's going to be around that same size. It's got the Vuelix layout, which isn't the best, but it is a layout. I've been growing more and more accustomed to the Noir layout as I've used this Hori Fighting Stick Alpha. It does have buttons to switch from left stick, right stick, and D-pad. I see that up here. There's a little slider. I believe it's the slider for whatever console you want to use. PS4, home button, turbo mode, L3, R3, touchpad. Okay, profile. That's something I don't know. And it looks like you should be able to take off this artwork and maybe put your own, replace it with your own, like get one printed or whatever. So I mean, it's a serviceable little piece of tech, right? But I don't think that this arcade stick is like the return to form for Madcatz. The EGO couldn't deliver. It was a rebranded case. This one's not a rebranded case. It looks like maybe it's their own work. I don't think I've seen any arcade stick with this shape before, unless... No, I haven't. I'm thinking of an arcade stick by Hori that's really bad. But I don't think that this is the same form factor. That kind of looks like it, but I don't remember the touchpad being over here. I remember being off to the side, kind of where the TE3 name is, right here, and these profile and whatever button that is over there is. So I'm not gonna tell you not to buy this thing. I'm gonna say that depending on the price tag, we'll tell you if it's gonna be worth it or not. I'm not a big fan of the arcade sticks where you have to plug a controller in to get multi-controller support. At that point, maybe just if you like the body and you like the form factor and the shape, maybe just buy the stick and then put a Brooks Universal Fighting Board there. The Brooks Universal Fighting Board does have a PS5 update board where you put that additional board in, and then it also registers on PS5s as well. I think that building your own arcade stick is like way better than buying some commercial piece of garbage, right? Like I have commercial sticks, but it's for specific consoles. I have one that works on Xbox One. I have one that works on Xbox Series X and Xbox One, right? So it works on both. It is backwards compatible. And then I have two PS4 sticks, one of which works on PS3 as well, right? So I have sticks to cover all the options of the things I want to play. This doesn't even say that it has Switch compatibility, which is really weird because every other like multi-platform stick I've seen that uses Bridge has Switch compatibility. Yeah, let me see. Including Xbox, PS4, PS5, over Bridge, and PC. Yeah, it does not say anything about Switch compatibility, so that's a little strange. Once again, the design looks nice. The design looks great, but I don't like all of the specs that I'm hearing. Everything that I'm reading here, kind of just knowing how Bridge works, it's not the best, right? I think that they could have just gone for a standard PS5 board and just did that. I don't like these multi-format like arcade sticks most of the time anyway, especially because you have to plug in the controller. I've reiterated that multiple times. At that point, just make a PS5, PS4, and PC version of this stick, and then release a separate one. That's Xbox One, Xbox Series X, and PC. Just release two versions of this stick. I hope that maybe people talk to Madcatz and make them feel bad about this decision, and they don't release another piece of garbage that's just gonna put their name further and further in the mud. I don't think anyone's taking Madcatz seriously anymore anyway, but this is definitely not how you get back to the arcade stick game. After the EGO, which was not very well received, this looking pretty bad too. But I mean, it's not out yet, and if you have some thoughts on it and you would like to leave them in the comments down below, feel free. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm on my way to 300 subscribers. I'm on my way to 300 subscribers. I hope that I can make the 500 by the end of the year, and more videos coming up soon. Beanie Thuggish signing out.